Welcome to Into the Mind of a Madman. You are now rocking with me, the Madman. And the conversation I want to have with you today is back with the ladies. Ladies, I am back with the second installment of this series in which we define true dating, true single, and ready to mingle. Can you actually afford it? Before we get to the 50-50 conversation, the man should be the sole provider or the woman should be the sole provider or the breadwinner should be the sole provider. Whatever when before we get to that conversation, I wanted to discuss with you the actual dating process into which you will find that person to to do whatever you choose to actually live out your relationship however you choose to. I believe no matter what your preference is and what you believe should happen, I believe we have to first attack and have a conversation about how you go about finding that person. Now, once again, this is not a gender specific conversation, but I will be talking as a man's perspective because I am a man. Now, I hope to have certain women come on to where we can tackle this together, but my perspective and how we go about finding that sole provider or that person you are willing to be 50-50 with is first we have to establish um what type of man you should be seeking. Now, this perspective is coming from me, a man who believes the man should be the provider of the household. He should be head of the house. I am, for lack of a better terms, a old school misogynist thinker in that particular way. I do believe a man is head of household. I do believe a man should provide a way of life for his relationship, and it is the woman's responsibility to hold him accountable to that, to hold his standard of living up when he's not there and obviously when he's there, and just to be his backbone in his way of providing and running his house. Now, when I'm having this conversation with the many people I've had this conversation with, I've always told women, um, you have to, when you're courting and dating a man, you have to test or you have to get perspective on how he forms his opinions. I believe that growing up, young boys form their opinions by the people who raised them in the household, the people who raised them when he's outside of his household, friends and family, uh, teachers, whoever he's encountered outside his household, and also like the people who's just around him the most. His whatever his natural influencers, like I say, cousins, teachers, coaches if he plays sports, whatever activities he's in, these influences will who's like his what I mean by natural influences is he's a kid. He doesn't have a say so in who he's around. That's what I mean by natural influencers. So these people, whether he has a dad or an uncle in his life, he could be influenced by his mom's. So, and he's influenced by the church and the preacher because my grandmother or my mom brings me to church. My dad brings me to church. I was raised in the church. All of these natural influencers, he's gonna be around. Then the friends he's encountered when he's in junior high, elementary, high school, college, or whatever. as as men, there should be a time when, now that you are out on your own, preferably college and beyond, that whatever you was influenced with, you're going to have to face head on. You're going to have to say to yourself, when you start encountering your own relationships in life, yo, I know what I was told by my mom. I know what I was told by my dad. I know how my experiences taught me as a child. Now that I am going through things as a man, I have to actually either agree with, or now I have to disagree with and change up to what fits me and how I see my life going. As a woman, it is your job to assess and actually obtain information, not necessarily challenge, as I said earlier, but it's your job to engage with this man conversationally and experience wise, just being with him and seeing how he moves. Of, are you getting this? You obviously got something from your foundation, but now are you now applying and not applying and adjusting to how you see your life fits, you see your life going. I call this coming of age. My terms, this is coming of age. As a man and as a woman, we both have these coming of ages. Women go through their upbringing from their dad and their mom and their uncles, the same natural influencers that men, little boys have, little girls have. And men, it is your job to, when you're courting women, to see if the way she is living is her standard, because she either came in contact with whatever and experienced something for herself. Now she can affirm, yo, what my mom said true and it works, what my dad said true and it works, or what my mom and dad said probably worked for them, but now in these new age times where it's a different dynamic in the world, there's a different understanding in the world, this actually works for me. It is both of our jobs. That's why this conversation is not necessarily gender specific, right? Because we both have to see, are we dealing with you now? Not, I don't want to deal with your mom or whoever your childhood is, because as a child, you think as a child. As an adult, you think as an adult. It's both of our jobs to start challenging each other to make sure what we believe is something that we want to carry forward onward. And if you don't do that, you start dealing with these layers of childhood traumas. This is where therapy comes in. This is where just natural the conversations you have to have with one another while courting, not while uh we are 20 years in and whatever. No, we have to figure this out while courting so we can determine the person you are versus the person versus the child you were. So when we start having these discussions amongst each other, these and these understandings amongst each other, we now can start dating with purpose. We now can start understanding, okay, if this man is leading me, I know he is well researched within his own self. Now, his whatever he's bringing to me as the woman, right? Whatever he's bringing to me, because he is the leader I'm looking to lead. He is the man that I'm looking to lead me and my family. I know he's challenged himself in his own upbringing beliefs, and he's now standing on his new principles, even if they are a carryover from whoever taught him. But now I know he's affirmed, and now and he's know it is working for what he views his life. Now we can real have these real conversations and real dealings with each other. I just feel like a lot of these be surface level conversations, and we do not understand why a person thinks how they thinks. As men, when a woman is coming to you and and I'm not saying all women, I'm saying the women you are interested in seeing a life with, a family with, a legacy with. This is the conversation I'm having. I'm not talking about you just trying to fuck on something. I'm talking about you trying to build a legacy and a life with a person. Men, do not feel attacked because a woman is coming in trying to really question you and your thoughts so she can feel comfortable getting on your train. A lot of you men feel like it's a competition on some male female. There's no competition. You are the man. You stand on what you stand on. I'm not saying as a man you have to be questioned about why you think of every little thing. But if a woman is trying to get under your tutelage, under your leadership, she has to know that you are putting, you first allow yourself to break yourself down to see who you are. And then you are now willing to break down the world to make sure everything is right for your family moving forward. Men, you have to be comfortable with teaching your woman your way of life, because you have to understand she grew up moving a certain way. So if she's willing to allow you to be her leader, you have to feel comfortable in teaching her and not want to dismiss her because she's not necessarily jumping when you say jump, because it's going to teach some unlearning and relearning to do it your way so she could uphold her standards to you. We are not in a society where we're dealing with women who are just groomed to naturally be with any particular man because the man is groomed a certain way. This is not Coming to America. This is not the beginning scene where uh, a father raises his daughter and she just gonna jump because this particular man says jump. We are dealing with women in American society who are trained to have their own brains, trained to deal with hardship because the men aren't around. We got to get back to men being men for one. That's where it starts at. That's something me and Dr. Umar Johnson definitely agree with. It starts with men. It's not a women's to me it's not a women's issue. Men, we have to be men and start understanding that we have a certain value and certain placement within this world, and we have to carry it a certain way. We can't we got to stop saying, well, if the woman did this, no. It's your job as a man to teach and give her enough information that she is willing to follow you. That she is willing to say, that's the one that I'm willing to ride for, and make sure his standard of living for the family, me and the kids, me and the businesses is going full speed ahead, moving all you up like clockwork. That's your job as a man to get that lady to understand that. You got to understand, until the dynamics change for the better, until enough males, boys who are males, become men, we gonna have to deal with these women who are trained to be independent, free thinkers. Here in America, we are all equal. This is not a male chauvinist society and you hitting women over the head. No, this is not that. Women will follow strong men. This is what I truly believe. Women, I know your mom, your dad, your brothers and uncles, your friends, they went through whatever they went through. They taught you to be a certain way. You growing up and you living in this world, and you seeing the cruelness, and you seeing the deadbeat dads, and you seeing all of these things. You gonna find a man who's willing to stand strong in him. I'm not, no, let me rephrase that. I'm not saying all you will find that. If you encounter a man who is willing to stand strong and firm in his beliefs, he is willing to teach, he is willing to talk to you and have these conversations of, this is the origin of what my beliefs come from. This is what I found out. This is what I researched. This is why I move how I move. Be accepting to that. Be accepting to a man who is standing on principles, and you do not go in defense mode to thinking it's a bashing upon you. This man doesn't know you from anything. He sees an attraction in you. He sees something in you to where he can work with whatever you come with. And like I said, this is not a conversation sexually based. This is a real conversation of, we are looking to create a family, a bond, a real legacy. This is that. This is, like I said, this is a continuation from the money. Now that we got the money understood, now that we got the money understood, and and whether you, like I said, that's another conversation that I want to have later. Whether now you got to get two jobs and now you want to split it 50-50. I believe that's the next step of this in this conversation. That'll be my next video. But dating women, I want you to be open to challenging a man. I want you to be open to really hearing out of why he thinks the way he thinks. Men, I need you to be open to the why you think the way you think. And the why, like I said, for men, why comes from you challenging you. I I don't want no woman to settle for, well, my mama used to say, or my uncle told me this. Cool. That's where you got it from. Now does it work for you? These women, it's the masculine, feminine energy. Masculine will rise to the top. The feminine will follow. And this, I don't know if this is this conversation, but I must put this out here. In 2024, this society is messed up. It is too many. There's too many males bashing women. I don't even consider them men. I do. If you talk to me in person, and now I'm saying this through the mic, I might have said this in the old video. I don't know. But right now, in 2024, there's way too many males who do not like females. Y'all like the sexual aspect of it. Like y'all, I'm not saying y'all are gay or y'all are bisexual or queer or whatever. I'm saying too many males like women just for the sex part. If there wasn't a sex part, they probably be gay. That's just my opinion. That has got to change. We have to stop. We have to stop as men putting the onus on women. I said that already, right? We have to stop as men bashing women because they choose to live a lifestyle that caters to them. There is too many people in this world having conversations with each other who do not like each other. And y'all putting it out to the masses. I'm going to break this down one time real quick. I don't know if it's real quick. I'm going to break this down right here, right one time. If there are Instagram models, social media influencers, regular women, if they all want to date the 1%, the 2% of men in the world who have money, looks, over 6 feet, dark skin, good teeth, good job, no kids, 5 baby mamas, have kids, they whatever these women want to date, if they want to pigeonhole themselves into dating the same 2% of men, y'all males, let them do it. Let them do it. I'm sorry you can't get a dime because you looking at this Instagram girl and she don't want you, and you feel like you're a good guy, and because you make a certain amount of money, but you're not 6 feet, you're ugly, or you're not you don't have any social status, so you want to get a certain type of woman who's eye candy to you and arm candy, and she don't want you because you're not an athlete. Stop bashing them for wanting that. If they all want that and that is not you, then go get the little regular ugly girl. Not ugly in the sense she's ugly, and ugly in the sense because she's not that standard of beauty in society or that social media influencer in society. Go get that regular girl who will love you for who you are. We bashing, not even we. Cause I'm not gonna put myself in this. Anybody knows me knows that's not me. I love women. I love everything about a woman. All you social media girls and whatever, stop going on these shows, stop going on Twitter, stop going on Instagram and having these conversations with these males who y'all not wanting anyway. If y'all not giving them the time of day, why are y'all even why are y'all responding to these males? It's all conversation to me. It's all you just trying to get your name out. It's all some clout. It's all that to me. Cause y'all both are having this guy, oh, yo, why do you want this? Because you got a BBL, you think you should do this. What do you bring to the table? And all of these conversations. All y'all having conversation with people y'all don't want to be with anyway. Y'all don't, the males don't want the women because these particular women want particular men. Y'all women don't want these particular males because they are who they are. And it's like, why we keep having these same reoccurring conversations? I do not get it for the life of me. I don't even watch it. I just hear about it from the podcast I watch. I don't watch y'all directly. It's an indirect conversation I hear. Like the red pill and the or they calling them red pill, the what is it? The passport bros, the it was some other society that I had on the top of my head. The mag the a not a I'm saying some other stuff. It was like women against men against all women or something. I don't. It was something crazy, but it's like, yo, let's stop having these conversations in general because it's two people who talking to each other that don't want each other. Y'all don't want each other. Just get who. Men, I got to stress. I got to stress this. Men, I don't know who told. Not men. I'm sorry. Let me restart that. Males, males. I don't know who told you males that just because you have a penis that you deserve whatever girl you want. I don't know where you got this notion from. I know what I said earlier. As men, as men, a woman will follow you, and like I said, I'm not even talking about a woman of your choice. Like who told you people that you deserve the model girl? Who told you people you deserve the social media uh goddess of the world? Who said just because you are a man with 6 figures, $1 million, look good? Who told you that this girl or all of these girls or at least one of these girls is supposed to like you? Who told you this? These girls could not like you, man. You could be You could be whoever you are, and they could just not like you still. Like why do you feel so entitled to like? I don't get the men. Well, excuse me once again. I don't get the males who just feel so entitled be and it breaks down just because you a man. Like, okay, you a man with six figures. So what if this who you, if this girl who you considered a dime only want to date athletes and you're not an athlete, then you don't get with her. You don't get her. Like you don't get her. That's it. It's simple. Listen, that's a whole. I wasn't even supposed to spend that much time on that because that's a whole different show that that's I don't even that's a whole different thing. Women, men, these coming of age, we have to have these coming of age moments with our own selves first. And then when you are dating, you start seeing what's what. And now when when you find that person and y'all have your own understanding, not society's understanding of who you are and how you want to carry out your relationship. Now we can start discussing the 50-50, the the man pays all the bills, the breadwinner pays all the bills. We split, you get the big bills, I get the small bills. Now we'll have that conversation. I'll share with you the way I run my household and why I choose to run my household the way I run my household on the next installment of this conversation. I want to thank you for entering the mind of a madman. I'm out.